Congratulations, Pierre. How does it feel to call yourself a 2023 Alpine driver?
It's incredible. It's a very special moment in my career. You know, I'm closing a 9 years chapter with Red Bull. My whole career has been with Red Bull, before Formula One, in Formula One. Not only professionally, but personally as well. You know, everything turns around the brand because they're so big. And it's a very special moment because I feel I'm closing a chapter and starting a brand new one, very exciting one, kind of taking my own life by myself and starting this new adventure with Alpine. And you know, it's obviously very emotionally very special to do it with a French team. There is a special story with Alpine that started. I got my first European championship in 2013 with them, with the Renault Championship. And yeah, it just felt like the right thing to do at that time of my career. Take a new start, seeing the evolution, the development over the last few years, them getting their first win last year in Budapest, and seeing the progress here season after season. So I just feel it's the right step to do now in my career to match my ambitions and my targets, and I'm just very, very excited about it.
So how did it come about? Did you know Laurent? Did you talk to Luca? Do you know Otmar?
Yeah, I obviously know the whole team. There have been always, you know, links with Renault since even before Formula One, and from the moment I arrived in F1, there were always contact, but nothing really serious. And obviously, with everything happening over the summer, I was contracted with AlphaTauri for 2023 season, but with everything happening in the season, it just started some more serious conversation and dialogue, and it wasn't easy, but everything came together. It's obviously a big move in my career and something I really had to think through, but I must admit it very quickly felt like the right thing to do, and it was pretty clear for me, based on what I want to achieve in Formula One, this is the right thing to do.
So what do you think is possible to achieve with Alpine from next year and beyond?
You know, time will tell, but I'm very confident this can be a very successful partnership. They have showed they have the potential, they have the team to fight at the front, to get podiums, to get a race win. They recruited a lot of good people in the technical team, and you can just see the evolution and just the results getting better season after season. And for me personally, the target is to really keep pushing the team forwards. They're fighting for fourth in the championship this year, and the goal is to just, you know, keep rising every season, do better. And obviously, personally, I want to fight at the front. I want to fight for podiums. I want to be able to fight and challenge for wins. And we have a common target with Alpine. That's where they want to go. They have these 100 races plan, and that's where you know, I feel I'm fully motivated and dedicated to use all that experience I've gathered over the last 5 years, put it into the team, and just achieve the best result possible together.
How important is it to have a multi-year deal, especially as that gives you the kind of stability that you haven't really had in recent years with Red Bull and AlphaTauri? Yeah,
it's a nice feeling, and it just also shows really something that made it clear to me that I wanted to go there, is the way that the team approached me and to feel their desire to work with me. They were really welcome, they were really pushy, they were really open and very clear in their desire to work together and create this adventure and this story, Alpine and myself, together in Formula One, and that's why we came with this multi-year deal. But it just shows, you know, the target and the ambitions and what we want to achieve. You know that in Formula One, can't get everything straight away. Obviously, that's a target, and now we got some time to get ready for next year. We got some time to prepare ourselves, but you got to see also slightly beyond that to really extract the maximum out of this partnership.
Do you know when you might get to start? It's like the day after Abu Dhabi?
Nothing's decided yet, so I can't really give a precise date, but yeah, we'll see as soon as possible.
You're teaming up with Esteban, and I think you borrowed his kart when you were younger, when you were just testing the waters about getting into motorsport. How well do you know him?
We've known basically each other for the past 20 years, and we're only 26, so it just tells how long we've known each other. It was there when I did my first laps around a karting track, and it's our relationship has been going up and down. Is not new to anyone. But I would say lately, since we arrived in Formula One, it got better. We both achieved one of our dreams. We went through different stages, but the Pierre and Esteban, when we were 6 years old, when we were 12 years old, 18 years old, now 26, we grew up a lot. We've grown up a lot more mature, a lot more responsible. And then at the end of the day, we have a common target. We both want to be competitive. We both want to be fighting at the front. And we know that to achieve that, we got to work together for the team. So I'm quite excited about it. I must say, I think it's an opportunity also for both of us to kind of get back to a similar relationship that we have had in the past. And I mean, what's the probability that, two young kids from Normandy in France living 20 meters from each other at 6 years old will end up 20 years later teammates in a French team. I think that's incredible and a very special story.
Your stats are actually remarkably similar. I think you've both got one race win each. You've got similar points totals. Is it quite a good lineup for Alpine moving forward?
In terms of style, I can't really tell now because I haven't really seen. I haven't been obviously involved in any sort of inside work with Alpine yet. So I think there will be a lot to go through over the winter and to prepare 2023. But no, I mean, I know Esteban is an excellent driver and he's showing it every weekend with Fernando. We know, everybody knows how good is Fernando, and he's definitely keeping up with him and performing at a very high level. So no, he's got experience with the team, which will surely help. And then after, I've got my own experience from the Red Bull family, working with Red Bull, working with AlphaTauri, which I will be able to fully utilize for the coming season. So no, it's very interesting, very exciting adventure starting, and I'm closing a chapter of my career. Definitely closing this 9 years chapter, which I'm grateful for, because Red Bull gave me my first chance. A lot happened in my life thanks to them, but I'm starting a new chapter, a new book, and I must say I'm extremely excited about it.
What are the emotions leaving Red Bull? You've obviously got great experience, just over a decade or so with that family. You've got the works team, you've been at AlphaTauri in the junior team as well. You've got quite a lot of experience in different environments. Yeah,
very different environment, but also a lot of experience from this 9 years relationship. I've seen Seb working like world champion, working with Red Bull. I've seen Daniel, I've seen Max. Spent I think probably 200 days or 250 days of my life in the simulator over the past 10 years, working with Red Bull engineers, being inside the factory, understanding how a world championship team works. And now it's up to me to use all that experience in the best way possible to help Alpine over the next coming years and push them to the front of the grid. But obviously, it's not a decision you take overnight. I've lived a lot of things with Red Bull, but then at some point I feel at the stage of my career I need to look for my future and what are the best chances to achieve my personal goals in Formula One, how to achieve my personal ambitions in Formula One. And I must say, pretty quickly it was definitely clear to me that this was the right move to make. What was their reaction when you had a chat to, say, Helmut and Franz and the team? They were actually, and I'm really thankful for that, they understood straight away the opportunity that it was for me, and also my desire to start something new and my will to fight at the front of the grid. And they kind of understood that quite quickly, especially Helmut and Christian as well. But I had long conversation with Helmut. They were. I was close to see tears in France's eyes once he got the news, because we obviously have a very strong relationship, and we've been working extremely well together. So it was something that has been discussed with all parties, and it was a tougher for some than for some others. But at the end of the day, they all understood what an opportunity it was for me, and they worked around it to make it happen, and I'm very thankful for that.
And someone else you're leaving behind, of course, is Yuki. What was his reaction when you told him the news, and how do you feel about leaving one of your really good mates now?
It's gonna be, it feels like a little brother, and over the past 2 years we've lived a lot of good moments together, and I've seen him developing himself and improving himself a lot over the past 18 months, and it's not gonna be easy for sure. At the end of the day, you also know that in Formula One, that's the way it goes. You gotta be quite selfish in a way, and look at your own career and look at what's best for yourself. But definitely gonna miss Yuki. Definitely gonna miss his no filter behavior day after day, and his taste for food is gonna be missed. But I'm sure we'll have time off track. I'm trying to get him closer to Milan so we can live not too far from each other. We'll see where that goes. But no, definitely a great dude, and yeah, I'll miss him. Yeah.
So finally, you're a French driver in a French team. That's the kind of stuff that dreams are made of, isn't it?
Definitely. It's even since I'm a kid and watching Formula One, I still remember Fernando fighting for championship and winning championship with Renault. And at that time, I was 9 years old, and at this exact moment, I told my parents, I said, what do I got to do to be world champion in Formula One? Like, not just to be in Formula One, what needs to be done to be world champion? And you grew up with these sort of dreams, with this image in your mind, and coming in Formula One, straight away people ask me, you're French, Renault is in Formula One, will it be one of your dreams to join the team? And it's always in the back of your mind. And emotionally, it's something very, very unique. Be racing for a French team, being French. Alpine is very close to my house in Normandy. And just be able to start this new adventure and this new chapter of my career is going to be very special, and I just can't wait to get started, to be honest. It's so special. Really looking forward to what we can achieve together, and just give my absolute best to this team.